Alright, so this is like my first video in like literally 2 years, and if you watch literally any of the other videos on my channel, my voice is 300%, you know, squeakier. We'll put it that way. But yeah, this is the you know, my VHS collection, right? I'm not gonna do it in an order because I had to strip them off of my shelf and from a case that I have some of them in as well. And I did not feel like putting all this together in the actual order of release date. So, you know, we're just gonna start with a random one first, right? I have like 6 stacks to get through, so I'm just kind of cooked. Whatever. Alright, we got Percy Chocolate Crunch, right? And this came out in about, you know, 2003, I think. It's an Anchor Bay tape. I just realized we need to put all this back, alright? Next one. Best of Thomas, you know. One that literally everybody has, right? 2001. Alright. Next we have, this Best of Gordon, right? I don't have the cover for it, you know, if you couldn't tell, right? Right, next, we've got Best of James. Think that this is, okay, I think the DVD version is the only one to not have Thomas on the cover, like the only piece of home media to not have Thomas on the cover. In America, at least. I don't know about in the UK. Alright, next, we've got Thomas and the Special Letter. Pretty sun damaged on the cover here. This is a part of the first lot that I ever got anything from. This was released in 1996 or 1997. I'm not gonna date the video by making the joke that's going around right now. Alright, next, this is 10 Years of Thomas and Friends, right? Specifying, right? Because the other, I still have the other version as well. I love the Owen Bell illustrations, honestly. These are, like, literally my favorites. I love TIoTTTE Studios drawings as well, which is bees. I think the TIoTTTE Studios are pretty overhated. Next, we've got the Substance Tankage and Friends version of Races, Rescues, and Runaways. This is also part of the first lot that I ever got. Oh, dang. Shit. Oh, whoops. Yeah. I'm gonna stop taking out from that pile. I'm gonna save those for the end. Next, we've got sing-along stories. Sing-along and stories, I guess. Okay. I don't have the actual VHS tape. I have the wooden train bonus pack. Thrilling. Alright, this is Thomas's Snowy Surprise. I don't remember. This is the one where it says Thomas's Snowy Surprise instead of Instantly Snow. This is the first release, is what that means. We've got another Best of James that I'm not going to show you because it's just a waste of time. Gallant Old Engine. Another one that I don't have the actual tape of. Well, I have the tape, but I just don't have the, you know, the, normal one, I guess. Another Percy Chocolate Crunch, and, Steamies vs. Diesels. Honestly, probably the worst one. It only has 4 episodes. Which is kind of embarrassing, but oh well. It released 20 years ago. Alright, next. I mean, I don't really have anything to say about this, you know, it's pretty obviously Thomas and the Magic Railroad, right? 2000 release, obviously. I have a couple more naked tapes that I didn't get either. I think one of them's, I think they're both actually Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Our next one is something I only have ever seen, like, 10 people have, and it's, this, it's the 10 Years of Thomas, the Tankage and Friends, right? This came sealed, but I opened it. It's a blue tape. I don't want to accidentally, you know, face reveal again, like I did in one of my older videos that I had cut out. Oh my god, are you kidding me? It broke? Alright, well, I'm just gonna pretend like that didn't happen and put this back on the floor. Gonna worry about that later. Anyway, this is Thomas' Soda Celebration, released 2005, you know, obviously, right? It's an okay release, I guess. I haven't watched it. Alright, now this one I vividly remember having when I was like literally 3, but I didn't have it, obviously. I was probably my older brother's. Trust Thomas and Other Stories. So it's like, what, 1992 or 1993? It's one of the first ones either way. This is the Anchor Bay release, though. I'm just throwing them on the floor because I'm running out of space. Alright, Thomas's Christmas Wonderland. I have 2 of these. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I have. I'm just gonna grab it since it's also on the top of the pile. I have both of these, you know. This only released for like a year. And on DVD it's kind of rare because, you know, Thomas's Snowy Surprise came out like the very next year. And this is Thomas Percy and the Dragon. I don't have the one with the Bill and Ben cover, or the Bill or Ben, I don't remember. I definitely don't have that one with the Diesel, with the prototype cover. Right. That's also hella rare. Thomas' Trackside Dunes. This is an interesting one. I believe it was also part of that first lot that I got. You know, not a bad one. Alright, next you have Daisy. I had Percy Takes the Plunge as a child on DVD, and that was definitely, I think that was like pretty much my main source of Thomas content for a while, so that's a cool thing about that one. James and the Red Balloon, which was my favorite DVD growing up, right? Banger episodes on here all around, right? We got Twin Trouble, The World's Strongest Engine, Duncan, you know, Down by the Docks, you know. Ignore that one. And Edward the Really Useful Engine, which I like. Nobody else does, but I like it. Thomas Goes to Breakfast. You know, with Henry in the cover. I don't know where to find the Kmart versions. I barely even know how. Wait, this has like, I didn't even realize this had 8 stories on it. Whoops. Oh well. That's actually kind of crazy. Alright, I literally have 3 Best of Percy's, like, all next to each other on the top of these stacks. So, you know. Wonder which DVD or VHS I have the most of. I have another Best of Thomas, too, so I'm just gonna put that on the bottom of the pile. I have literally no room already. Best of Thomas. Alright, Thomas and his friends help out. This is a 2002 re-release, I think. Yeah, it's 2002. I like this cover quite a lot. I had a friends help out, like this 2009 re-release on DVD as a infant. Right now, hooray for Thomas. I haven't watched this one. I kind of wish I did. Yeah, the Red Balloon, probably one of my favorite classic series songs, all things considered. Another Thomas the Snowy Surprise. This one is It's Only Snow. It's labeled correctly. Alright. James Goes Buzz Buzz, probably my favorite cover from the early Anchor Bay styles. I just like this shade of blue. Wait, you're telling me James Goes Buzz Buzz has James Goes Buzz Out Buzz on it? You telling me that? It's kind of crazy, man. Alright. Thomas Gets Bumped. I don't think this was ever released with the different cover. I'm pretty sure this... Yeah, this had like a dark blue color on DVD with Harold on it still. I also like this cover too. This is probably actually my favorite. Another Thomas Goes to Breakfast. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't have any of the Kmart tapes. You know, so to the shock of probably no one. Those are hella rare. Percy's Ghostly Trick and Other Thomas Stories. I don't have anything to say about that. Actually, this might be the Canadian version. Yeah. This is a Canadian tape. That's the most interesting fact I've got about that one. I'm pretty sure it actually came with... I think it had like the first... I think it had Thomas's Anthem on it, which doesn't fit at all. And then 10 Years of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. And with the Owain Bell illustration. Again, these illustrations honestly need a little bit more, credit, because they look really good. And no one ever talks about them. Here's the re-release of Thomas in the special letter with the inverted birdie, which I think is funny. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Okay. Next, I have Make Someone Happy. This is honestly probably my favorite 2000 style Anchor Bay cover. I just like the yellow. It doesn't really fit in with any of the other ones, right? Yeah, this is I'm pretty sure this only came out in the Thomas and Friends version. So, yeah. Another Races, Rescues, and Runaways. I don't think I've shown Cranky Bugs yet, so here you go. This is Cranky Bugs, the first of the season 5 tapes. I mean, I'm pretty sure Cranky Bugs is the first episode of season 5, so, really, right? Thomas and his friends get along. I don't have the Kmart tape of this, as I said 5 seconds ago. 56 minutes. Oh, 1 full hour! It's crazy, man. Alright, New Friends for Thomas. This has, doesn't it say the... I don't think it does. Yeah, I'm not seeing the narrator on this, but it's whatever. But this has, Michael Angelis as the narrator. We've got another Better Condition, James and the Red Balloon. Jesus Christ, I have no fucking room. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I can just use that now. I'll go for here. This was a sealed copy of It's Great to Be an Engine. I opened it just to open it, pretty much. Got a Last Christmas. It is in pretty good condition. Percy and the Magic Carpet. James Goes Too Far. Oh my god. Perfect 60 minutes. Ugh. Salty Secret. First of the season 6 VHS tapes. Came out in 2002. Right after the best of tapes. Already did that. And then here's 2 Thomas Adventures, which is a sampler that I think came with the it came with a take-along set. Yeah. Take-along is my favorite range. I mean, that has nothing to do with this video at all, but, might as well say it, right? I don't think I did Spills and Chills. Yeah, I don't think I did, but I think this is also the only 2000 style Anchor Bay copy or Anchor Bay VHS to not have the Kodamoni Studios Thomas right there, which is pretty wacky, Next is a pretty rare one to my understanding, and it's the TIoTTTE Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends Thomas and Birdie's Great Race. I got it with the TIoTTTE and a couple other VHS tapes that I didn't care about because I only cared about this. This is a 1993 release. Man, that bear. And he looks like he's in for a good time. Okay, another Cranky Bugs. This one with the Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends logo. I have no room at all. Another Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. There's a Thomas. Jesus Christ. Okay, I have a Calling All Engines. I think I unboxed this on my channel, like 2 years ago or something, which is kind of crazy. I've almost started this channel 3 years ago, and this is one of my first videos. Maybe I'll bring back, like, the monthly unboxing, right? But I doubt it. Yeah, this one came with the Silver Percy. Believe it or not, right? Also, we got the pamphlet sticking out there. I'd like to not lose that. Alright, another Make Someone Happy. Nothing interesting about that. And, Rusty to the Rescue. Oh my god, yeah, this one, got it and it was sticky. And so it's just been, like, sitting in a box away from all my other tapes. I don't know who had this. Yo, I don't know if you can see that discoloration. That's actually awful. Actually disgusting. I'm glad I didn't have these. Anyway. I'm gonna save these tapes for last, because they're the rarest ones by far. Here's James Learns a Lesson, the re-release. I think this was from like 2006 or some shit. No, it's from 1699. Can't believe they were making it that far back. No, it's from 2001. And here finally is Thomas Gets Tricked. I don't have the other two Ringo tapes, or Better Late Than Never. So, you know. So next, these are my two rarest tapes. We got Track Stars. I got this in a lot with the next one for $30, which is crazy. Yeah, 2006. This is the second to last Thomas VHS. Now the holy grail, right, of Thomas Home Media. Tales from the Tracks on VHS. DVD logo and all. I like literally, I don't know how that even happens. How it was designed like that. That is such a giant, like, you know. That's just such an obvious thing, right? I'm gonna try to clean this blanket off. And next, actually, pretty interesting, I think. I have some Japanese tapes. There's no way I'm ever gonna be able to watch these, obviously, because I don't live in Japan. I live in the middle of America. So, you know, it's interesting. Here's just number 1. Which I think is pretty interesting. I'm assuming it has season 4 episodes on here. It could have literally anything under the sun, though. Ow. And now we have number 2. Again, Owen Bell illustration of Edward, which I think is sick. This just doesn't have a label, I guess. I didn't even notice that until right now. I opened these, I think, literally, oh, no, it would have been last year. Alright, and now number 3, which is probably the one that's in the best condition. Another Owen Bell illustration of Edward. It's probably more season 4, considering, you know, Scarlet Lily, Peter Sam, Gordon. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't remember there being a surprise Gordon face. Trying to get this open with one hand is kind of annoying. Please open. Alright, you're up. Why is it not opening? Get out of there! Is it taped in? Oh, shit. Okay. Alright, we got the tape. Fuck is going on? Give me a minute. You know, technical difficulties, right? 18 minutes into this video, which is literally one tape away from being over. And the last tape I have today is the 4th tape. This is also season 4, I'm guessing. From 1996. Nice. Honestly, what's next for this collection from here is probably the British tapes. But before the British tapes, I want to finish off the US because I don't have many left. Just off the top of my head, I have there's Thomas and the Really Brave Engines. There's Thomas Sees the Queen. Tenders and Turntables. Thomas Breaks the Rules. What's it called? It's Thomas's Christmas Party. And Better Late Than Never. And as far as I know, those are the only ones. I have a list. I need to check. But, yeah, it's pretty close to being over. I don't know if I'm going to go for the Blockbuster tapes or the Kmart tapes. Or maybe I might get the other sampler. It just depends. But, yeah, that's really all that I have for this video. Right. Those were all of my VHS tapes. I hope I'm not forgetting any because that would be really sad. Yeah, so, goodbye everybody, thank you for watching, and, I'll maybe upload before, 2027. Bye!